Hello everyone. Today we find ourselves outside of the Shanghai Airport, where we will be flying from Shanghai, China to Los Angeles, California. We will be flying with United Airlines in Premium Plus, United's premium economy product, and see if it's truly worth the upgrade over standard economy on such a long flight. Our adventure across the big blue Pacific begins here with United's check-in at the Shanghai Airport. Since there's no United Club here in Shanghai, we'll be heading to Air China's lounge instead, which we have access thanks to our United status. From there, we'll move to the boarding process before making our way to the aircraft. On board, we'll take a look at that big, beautiful purple seat, the in-flight service, and in-flight dining. Once we land in Los Angeles, we'll go through United States Customs. And finally, we'll wrap up with some closing thoughts, along with a look back at a few sights from China's largest city, Shanghai. Today's flight to Los Angeles will take us about 12 hours and 5 minutes. We will be on board United's Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. This aircraft will have Polaris Business Class, United Premium Plus, Economy Plus, and Economy. Today we will be flying in Premium Plus, right here in seat 22A. Now let's get this show on the road. I love the Shanghai Airport. The ceiling is high and the check-in counters are spread out nicely. Despite there being a large amount of people here, it doesn't feel crowded. Instead, it feels spacious. United's check-in counters are in Area E. Immediately, you can tell the check-in area is well organized. At the entrance of the lines are signs to direct passengers. On today's flight, we have United Premier Gold status, which means we have access to the Premier Access lane. We start the check-in process with an employee verifying where we need to go. We go through the Premier Access lane and avoid the long line in economy. Such a big time saver. Instead, we are third in line in the Premier Access lane. When our turn arrives, the employee reviews our documents with precision. I like this guy. After verifying, the employee reminds me I have access to the lounge and writes it on my boarding pass. With boarding pass in hand, we leave the check-in counters. What a great experience. Next comes the time to go through Chinese security. This is an international flight and we are leaving the country. Before entering the passport control area, there's an employee verifying documents. Then it came time to talk to Chinese customs. Chinese customs was straightforward. They went over my documents and passport. Now came time to access the Air China First and Business Class lounge. Signs for the lounge appeared above on the gate wayfinding signs. The escalator for the lounge was close by. Taking the escalator brought us to an area of lounges. But the one we want is the Air China First and Business Class lounge. As we walked to check-in, the Air China employee promptly stood up. She took my documents, and after making her laugh in Mandarin, we were cleared for the lounge. The lounge was spacious and had 2 floors. The first floor had a bartender with a bar area, comfy seating with tables, chilled beverages, more chilled beverages, and massage chairs. They look pretty comfy and fun. On the escalator ride up, I am amazed by the level of cleanliness. But the second floor is where the action is. Let's see what's on the menu. We have sandwiches, toppings, and desserts, pizza, cookies, fruits, pork buns, rice, greens, garlic broccoli, noodles, chicken, veggies and beef, greens and shrimp, vegetable soup, rice congee, a variety of toppings, drinks on tap, pastries, meals on request, chilled beverages, snacks and water. Amenities on the second floor included showers, theater rooms, and comfy seating throughout. But as fun as the lounge was, it was time to leave. The land of opportunity awaits. After an escalator ride down, we were back in the Shanghai Terminal. I loved the design of the terminal. I loved the pattern of the ceiling and the inclination of the windows. The wide walking area helped as well with passenger flow. Flying in Premium Plus, we get access to boarding Group 2. But because we have the United Premier Status Gold, we will be boarding in Group 1. And here we are, we made it to gate D63. Just like the check-in counters, the boarding area is organized into different groups. People are lined up and already patiently waiting. As the boarding process begins, we get into Group 1. Here's an employee that verifies we are in the correct lane. Next comes the last check before leaving the country. But as we are waiting, an employee calls us to the other lane. And what will you know it? It's the same employee that checked us in earlier. Now that's service. We are cleared to board, and so begins a beautiful part of every voyage. The jet bridge walk down to the plane. I love it. As we arrive to the plane, we are greeted by a friendly flight attendant and directed to our seat. Premium economy is right behind business class, so we get access to the seat quicker. And able to eventually deplane quicker too. And here we are at our big beautiful purple seat, seat 22A. At the seat we have some amenities, more on that in a bit. Premium Plus is looking spacious and comfortable. The last row of the Premium Plus cabin also offers extra privacy because it's right in front of the cabin divider. The seats are wider, the screen is bigger, it's a noticeable improvement of comfort over economy. You can also see the adjustable footrest below. In front of us is a nice big screen, which is noticeably larger and with better resolution over economy. It's colorful and has the right amount of brightness. I like to look at it. The seat is comfortable, with an adjustable headrest, and branded with the United logo. To our right, we have a storage area and power outlets, with a physical remote and controls for the seat. And below us is an adjustable footrest. Let's take a look at the amenities that come with Premium Plus. At our seat are noise-canceling headphones, a Therabody amenity kit. We'll see what's inside in a bit. A Saks Fifth Avenue blanket, and a Saks Fifth Avenue pillow. The safety video then begins to play as we taxi towards the runway. The cabin feels calm and relaxed. And soon after, the lights are dimmed for departure as we take off into the Shanghai night. Once in the air, the cabin lights turn on in a warm, cozy setting. Let's take a look at the in-flight entertainment screen. After selecting our language of choice, we are presented with the itinerary of our flight. From meal service to snacks to when we should expect the lights to be off or on. We are then left to explore United's rich media catalog. The cabin crew then begins their in-flight beverage and meal service. Dinner was looking good. We have some chicken, vegetables, a salad, and dressing, with United branded silverware. After the meal service from the friendly crew, the cabin atmosphere was calm. I had a cool seatmate that made great conversation and we got along pretty well. My favorite part of the entertainment screen is the map. Looks like we are currently over the land of the rising sun, Japan. The crew then passes by to hand out bottled water. I am always team water. Throughout this part of the flight, the cabin light is kept to a dimmed level. Our flight continues through the Pacific and we are south of Russia. Snack time arrives and we are given a deli sandwich, chips, and chocolate as we continue our voyage. The United Media Library is rich in content, but let's watch Back to the Future. Cheers! After the movie and the nap, we are closer to the western coast of the United States. The cabin lights then turn on to a dimmed tone. Let's take a look at what's inside the Therabody amenity kit. Inside we have a brochure, earplugs, dental kit, soft tissues, compression socks. My seatmate wasted no time to put these on, eye mask, an Arrive Revived kit, and the amenity kit itself. The friendly crew appears again to take breakfast orders. For breakfast we had pancakes, fruit, and a croissant, with branded United silverware. With breakfast concluded, we were getting closer to Los Angeles. My seatmate was great company, funny, friendly, and even making trips back to visit her friends in economy. The cabin then began making announcements for our arrival into Los Angeles. The cabin lights turned on, and the sun came in through the windows. We then began descending into California. As we land, we see a British Airways plane take off to go to London. We then taxi to our gate, passing the Los Angeles United hangar. Once we arrived at our gate, passengers gathered their belongings, and it was time to leave the aircraft. With a thanks everyone, we began making our way to United States passport control. I loved seeing the welcome signs, and more importantly, public signs I could finally read. After passport control came United States Customs. With nothing to declare, we exited into the Los Angeles Terminal. Check it out, we made it to the City of Angels. My time in China was filled with happiness, joy, and new experiences. It was my first time exploring the country, and I met nothing but friendly, dedicated, and hardworking people. I made new friends, discovered new perspectives, and broadened my horizons. I loved my time in China, and I can't wait to go back. That wraps up our Shanghai to Los Angeles trip report. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment or question below, as all comments receive a personal response. Remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next flight. And until then, I'll see you in the next trip.